Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm bringing you the latest news here with Royal Revolt 2, and this has been pretty much the biggest thing that's happened is the update has kind of pissed off a lot of players. So there's been a lot more attention to the faults and the problems and the more pay-to-win aspects. So the campaign here, started by Akash Yadava, or maybe it's not started by him, but he's just promoting it, is this form in the suggestion and feedback thread on the official Flare Games forums, which is this is the way you want to go about trying to get change to come about, is to everyone to go to the forums. So the title is Everyone Let's Try and Save Royal Revolt 2 from Current States, Suggestions and Feedback for Flare Games. And there is a lot of suggestions in there, a lot of just anger about the latest updates, about the champions costing Alliance Gold, which is just stupid. I've given my suggestions on this. The champions should cost, if they're going to cost Alliance Gold, I understand why. They want to make money. They want to make you pay to win type thing. But they should at least give us one free champion and one free shield every single war. They should probably reduce the cost of the champions and the shield about 50 to 75% for each additional going forward. And that way, so people, because Flare Games to me is forgetting the key aspect of what this game is all about. It's all about having fun and enjoying the game. This update is not fun whatsoever. There is a lot of pay to win in there. There's nothing really good for the players. It's all good for the game development company. It's all good for, making money for them. There's nothing in this update that actually benefits the players. So I actually went into the link here, and this is the official form, and I guess it's created by Revenant T. And I did something similar to this a while back, and kind of just got scoffed at, be like, Alliance Wars, Alliance Gold, and the Alliance Tower. But this is actually picking up more steam because it's been 3 to 4 months of these crazy pay-to-win updates, and people are getting pushed to the limits where they don't want to spend any more money. They want to enjoy the game, and they feel like they're being nickeled and dimed every single way. So this update, it had some great things. A champion is a great feature, but unfortunately no one's going to use it because it costs so much Alliance Gold to actually use a champion. It's not beneficial to do that. It's better to have an elite boost on rather than a champion. Same thing with the shield. So it's not beneficial. It's like they're not even there because no one is going to use them unless you're a complete idiot and you're going to waste Alliance Gold on that. So quick analysis is pretty much that this is nearly dead and made by the developer's hand. Facts that are killing the game must be addressed before anything else. There's a lot of bugs, especially this last update. The friend voucher updates is good in theory, but what they did is they nerfed a lot of the quests and gave out vouchers instead of gems and reduced those amount of vouchers that you got. So people were pissed off, rightfully so, that they nerfed their rewards that they'd been saving or that they're trying to achieve, and now it's even harder to get those gems. Sure, you can gain some vouchers by adding new players to the game, but honestly, there's not going to be many people that are going to want to jump into the game with the current state of it, with all the rage and anger that's going around. Flare Games is making it into a big cash cow, trying to just suck the life out of the game by all these updates and just forcing more pay-to-win aspects. So game becomes more and more expensive. That's the second point. The pay-to-win aspect is just overwhelming. It's always been pay-to-win, though. The gems for scrolls was always pay-to-win aspect, but at least there was a way to get gems. Someone used a scroll on you, 7 to 8 gems they spent, you got 1 gem. It was a great conversion ratio. It encouraged gem spending and gem earning. It was a nice way to earn gems, and anyone could do it. It wasn't that pay to win. Then they increased the Alliance Tower, which you had to level up by gems, which pushed the envelope even further. And then they added Elite Boost, and then now you buy them with gems. You can also buy them with your daily donations, but you can get a lot of daily donations by gems, a lot more than you necessarily can just by donating daily. The Elite Boosts are actually mandatory pretty much for top high-level gameplay. You can't really go past 44,000, 4,500 without having several Elite Boosts on. They rarely introduce updates, and this is a huge thing too, is that when they do introduce an update, they kill it with just like bad stuff in there. There's nothing good in the update. So this update, again, has nothing but social features. The friends list, eh. You can add 15 friends. That's great. That is a good feature. You can have a private chat with those friends. It says max 30 because 15 are voucher friends. You can have 15 voucher friends, but again, no one's really going to have 15 voucher friends. Why not make it 25 normal friends and 5 voucher friends? That would be better. Make the vouchers worth more. Give us the chance to actually add more players every few days or even every week to get free gems. If they actually gave us the ability to get 50 free gems a week just for adding someone's friend code, that would be a great feature, I think. Unfortunately, they don't want to do that. They don't want to give away a lot of gems. They still don't even want to implement the daily login bonuses that I have proposed and that Jonah said was being worked on and actually was going to get introduced into the game. But again, they did not want to introduce that yet for some unknown reason. The daily login bonus would be a great feature to actually give back to the players. It's something that they're not doing. They are, again, focusing on the straight only as a business and trying to get as much money out of the top players as possible. But it's not making the game fun and enjoyable. Many of the top players are quitting now. Snicked has even announced his retirement from the game. You probably know Snicked as a guy who is very high-end. He was the leader of SK, co-leader with Master E. He was one of the most respected and respected players in the game. He had put in a decent amount of money into the game as well, but he was always near the top of the leaderboards. He always brought good and thoughtful opinions to the debate. He'd bring up the plowing issue. He tried to force that issue, and finally, after several months, he was able to get through, and we have plowing is illegal now thanks to Snicked mainly. But yeah, so big time players are leaving the game because of Flair's negligence, lack of updates, because of Flair's lack of bug fixes. It took them over 1 month to fix the Sword Rain and Blizzard bug, which should have been a hot fix within maybe a week or two max. That should have been the utmost important thing, and they did not do that. Again, the fourth point here is they do not listen to players. They ignore us most of the time, ignore cheater problems. They do ban some players, so I will say that. I know players that have been banned for cheating, but it's got to be pretty much excessive. But for the most part now, they have been ignoring us. A year ago, when they started this game, started this, awesome Royal Revolt 2, they listened a lot more to players' feedback. They actually improved the game based on what we said. They took more active involvement in the community. Right now, we're currently left with Jack, who has yet to post pretty much anything to us, the community. We miss Jonah. Jonah was great. Jonah communicated a little bit more, not as much as we would like. All we want is open communication, and that's the main important thing. Listen to the players, open communicate, talk more, and gym raffles and gym giveaways are great, but we want more communication than anything else. That is the hugest, most important thing. Let us know what's going on. Let us know why it's taking you a month and a half to fix the Blizzard Sword Rain bug. Maybe we'll become more understanding than if you can actually talk us through like what's going on technically here. And yeah, just let us know what's going on. There's a reason like Kickstarter campaigns are really popular. Is because they're very active in interacting with the community, engaging with the community. Every couple days, every day, even like letting them know what the status update is on the games. The crowdfunding has really picked up because they engage the community. They actively listen to the community. Sure, not everything goes into the game that the community wants, but they try and get as much as possible, and they listen. That is the huge thing. People want to be heard. You're going to see people doing videos and forums. Everyone is talking, and no one is doing listening on the game front, on the developers front. They aren't listening. They think they know best, but honestly, the customers are right. You have to treat this as the customers are right, just like a business. When you go in, and you want something done, like a food place, the customer is right. The business knows that the customer is always right. You got to please the customer, and if the customer is not happy, the customer is not going to come back to your business. Same thing with the game. Companies now get big and they ignore their customers, ignore their feedback, and that's what kills games right there.